So today it'll be a shorter video, but I've compiled here like quite a few monsters. So everything in this here has something to do with Zombie World vaguely, I suppose. So, well, we'll start off with the dangers. Dangers are an obvious, useful engine, I'd say, to get your zombies going. So with Nessie here, we can get rid of some cards from our hand, and we can control it somewhat as well. And there's a potential for us to draw a card, maybe a good one. Not very, well, it's very good, but it's not like super consistent in comparison to, like, for example, Dark Refer. With a deck that uses more dark monsters, we can, for example, discard Nessie or Doom King itself, but it can also send Doom King for us. So, like, for example, we have Dark Refer and Banshee in hand. Normal Dark Refer, send Banshee, or discard Banshee from hand and send Doom King from our deck. We can do that. And we also have the ability to run Rhoda, and Dark Refer works really well with Nessie, where, well, with Dark Refer Danger Nessie, what you can do is you can actually discard Nessie, add, for example, let's say Jackalope, and then we can go ahead and discard our copy of Jackalope, and then we have two monsters on our field, both special summoned, and we can still do our normal summon, and normal summon something else. Also, this effect is actually just soft once per turn, so if you go ahead and make actually Dugaris can actually bring back our copy of Dark Refer. And that opens up certain lines of plays where you can send another card from your deck and hand. But we won't worry about that too much right now. Zephyros is kind of also part of that package, Mothman as well. You would special summon Mothman off of like Jackalope effect. But anyways, there's also the option of the Eldlik cards. You have Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. So what Sanguine can do for you is it can special summon any zombie monster from your deck if you control a Eldlik monster. So you can just draw special summon Doom King. It does lock you into zombies though. Right here? Yeah. And some other options to get Doom King or Banshee into the graveyard. We have Curious and we have Beatrice. These can come up in some builds sometimes. And then the most interesting way we have to bring out our Doom King is with Omega, actually. Omega doesn't specify, well, it's this effect here. It doesn't specify like what type of card. If it's specified like monster card, then we wouldn't be able to do it, but since it does not specify, it can actually return a banished Doom King that is actually face down. So what we can do is we can small world our Doom King. We can use it as a small world bridge or the first small world target, and then we can actually then go ahead and make Omega, and then on our opponent's turn we can return Doom King Ballad Rock and special summon it from the graveyard, assuming we have a field spell. So worth mentioning as well as Dark Sacrifice, which protects your cards from destruction. It doesn't specify what cards, it just protects them. So against Raigeki, Duster, Lightning Storm. And then because of typically how zombie decks go, this is a decent option, but not so much right now because our deck is lacking so much. We have to make up for it with like a lot of engine, like for example Dark Refer, Danger, whatever. Not quite sure what everyone's running nowadays, but you just need gas because zombies inherently kinda suck. Well, right now. When we had Hulk, it fixed our tempo issue. So with Unizombie here, Unizombie can just send one from hand, one from deck. It's basically very similar to Dark Gruffer, but slightly got more control on it, I guess would be one way to put it. But it does eat up your normal summon, which Dark Gruffer won't necessarily eat up your normal summon. We have Bloom. Bloom can special summon or add Doom King to your hand. So then we also have our glorious Elixir of the Scar. Wait, now we have Dark Sacrifice. So back to Dark Sacrifice. Dark Sacrifice can send Bloom or Unizombie, and if it sends Bloom, then you can bring out a Doom King or a Bolin, for example. So this card has its uses as well. Being able to protect your zombie world, your other back row, whatever. But it's more gimmicky and specific than some other forms of protection or other cards like a Raw Solemn Judgment. But it's interesting, so I thought I'd put that in. I'm pretty sure I did miss some text and such, but these are some of the interesting ones I have for you guys today. I'll try to compile more one of these days. So, see you guys.